Koso Parliament between Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga and Minority Leader Afenyo Mahama. Na deba asem na aba. It's all about sa recruitment process ehun abeye menya ewo Ghana yi. Semube kaya recently ena interior minister be kire ye say omo piki nipa 5,000 instead of what the whole of 500,000 na apply you know. Nti abeye debate kesiye ewo parliament na eno na majority leader Mahama Ayariga sorry ye ana ochire na adwo ho ochire say the government was very fair to Ghanaian youth because aban no allow ye Emma obia timi apply ye not what making it anase oman ye na kukuam se ne na yanom time na omuti power omu ye no no omuye bibia secretly but NDC government dey allow obia Emma obia ye den obia apply bi to just say a transparency and then fairness in the process. And according to majority leader supported the decision by the government so memo obia apply even though wamube piki 5,000 is good so obia ebe apply. Na no minority leader Afenyo Mahama sorry and say na says na wo kan dia and the reset na wo kan reset na ejire say se wo kana se wo justify niam reset na mo se reset no ejire say then eno na ekofa clash ne bae. I want us to watch the video. Here we are, one or two questions be some majority leader. Na yenko yeni. This is what happened in parliament.
We promised every young person in this country that we will give them a fair opportunity. So, Mr. Speaker, what we are doing is simply giving every young person a fair opportunity. We could have just gone and gotten, our foot soldiers and just listed them and given them over the same way that the MPP did. But we are not doing that. We are not. We are not. We are giving every young person an opportunity. Now, if 500,000 and over people have applied, it shows the enormity and the problem of unemployment in this country that we need to fix, because all they are doing is looking for a stable job. That's what these young people want. They just want a stable job, and a job in the security agencies appears to them to be a stable job. Mr. Speaker, I've heard my friends on the minority side mention at press conferences that the Interior Minister should refund. Mr. Speaker, they did the same thing, advertised, people paid, and they never refunded 1 Ghana cedis to anyone. I have Hansard of this house recording proceedings here when Ambrose Derry was also hauled before this house and asked the same question about refunding to the young people. He did not. He reserved the money at that time, about 35 million Ghana cedis. It is there, it's in the hazard. So you cannot be discussing refund now. Let's discuss how we can fix the economy so that jobs can be created for all these young people. Whatever stand you want to take today, we will show you that yesterday you took the stand that we are today and you had no problem with that. You can't all of a sudden overnight change position and say that, money should be refunded. How can money be refunded? Is that a solution? Is a young man looking for the money? The young man is looking for a job. He wants government to create a job for him. And that's what we must be doing, creating jobs. 200 Ghana cedis, if you refund it to him, what is he going to do with it? If in the last 8 years, every year we're able to absorb 100,000 of them, we won't have the numbers that we're having now. In the last 8 years, if we're absorbing even small numbers,
the cost of the cathedral could have recruited.
The cost of the cathedral could have established businesses that will employ many young people. The cathedral, how much money did we spend? All the waste, the monies that were spent on COVID, if we had channeled those monies into finishing the one district, one factory initiative, can you imagine how many jobs would have been created? If we had spent that money finishing the Agenda 111, can you imagine how many jobs would have been created? 111 hospitals across the country employing these young people. Can you imagine where we would have been in terms of job creation? If you had finished the Kwalugu tomato factory, would we be where we are? So please, let's stop what we are doing. We are confronted with a problem. Let's face it as a country and let's deal with it. And we in the NDC will deal with it. We will face it squarely. We will fix the economy. We will revitalize our private sector so that they will create jobs. Government alone cannot keep increasing its size beyond its capacity.
When a system does not offer certainty, it must obviously be reviewed. When a system does not offer clarity, it must certainly be reviewed. But if we would always go back and say, oh, yesterday something happened, it was not good, so we shouldn't talk about it. Mr. Speaker, then what is the essence of a reset? Your slogan is reset, and I'm saying that you are now asking 200,000 people to go and pay 1,600 Ghana cedi each, when in fact you have only vacancy for 5,000. It means 195,000 people, Mr. Speaker, are going to pay 1,600. Multiply that, and Mr. Speaker, in the end, the desperate youth will be frustrated. We, the MPs, they will come to us for money to go and do medicals that they will never get the opportunity to get recruited. So, Mr. Speaker, if the majority leader's response to me is that, in fact, something happened during MPP era, so we should shut up, I hear him. It's a national issue that is affecting their own food soldiers. But if the majority leader has this response for me, I have heard him.
So, near course of parliament, you see, there are certain things we don't defend. Yes, majority leader Mr. Mahama Ayariga, with all due respect, Afenyo Mahama can be a minkanasem. I want to speak to the majority leader. You see, and the majority leader can say, oh, we allowed everyone to what? To apply. Na mufa 5,000. Munim say figure winner mubefa na musu be applying wasting the time. At the end of the day, no, mfaso ben na abaso. Mfaso ben na aba apply na wa apply no so. Mfaso bia anya den amaso. Enti say ne wo justify say wo yes ye refund this can say MPP time so one refund bibisa. I mean, who yes ano, what is the difference between you and then the MPP? There's no difference. Because na ye hiansa cry na ye pe change. Until I to abaye de emamuno. So you don't turn around and then speak about act be a opposition for ye bra no more power. Because enke pese opposition for no koso MSB visa anka ye to aba mamo. You understand? Mistakes are now omu ye no and ye to aba ti omu say they should not repeat that mistakes again. Now mistakes no more ye no mu ba na ma correct. Nti se mo aba na musumu ye the same thing na mu justify ya. How will that make sense to Ghanaians? Random people now musu be abetima apply bino 5,000 na move forward. Out of sa 5,000 nipa say na mo fa mo random for random people. You see, sa dia we wabusuani nka ho bia you won't understand. Ne akoso yi se wabusuani enka ho bia won't ase. Because to me sitting here, to be very honest, it doesn't make sense to me, say, Obeka say, move funny percent, move funny pa 5,000. Now, Musu be a bet ma apply. Munim say, Nipa ebe apply more than that figure. Now, we'll see, Obia apply be bra wonim so be for 5,000. Then they just wasted money and their time. Ebirum bo besia. Why? I don't get it. To be very honest, just you because anyway, near course of parliament, I'm sure my